Hello everyone and welcome to my Polish cuisine. Today I am making herring tartare, which is an excellent idea for Christmas as an appetizer, even the main meal. And we usually serve it around Christmas. And I think most of you would agree with me that herring in any shape and form is always good. So for this recipe, of course, with the herring being the main ingredient, I have a little bit over 400 milligrams of the Alamatias herring, and they are actually not the ones in oil, they are from the brine. And I would recommend the one in the salt brine. And here I have some buttermilk in which I'm going to soak them. I also have red onion, about 70 grams or half of a medium one, which will slice or dice really thinly. I have some pickled mushrooms, those are champignon mushrooms, and about 90 grams of those. I have 2 pickles, those are actually the ones I pickled, and I have half of a medium apple and it's already cored, and also some pepper. And then I'm going to make some sauce for this. I'm gonna need some butter. I have 1 tablespoon of butter to mix the herring with, and I will show you a little bit later. And also I'm gonna make a sauce for this. So the sauce here, I have 1 tablespoon of the French mustard. Here I have a tablespoon of honey. I have olive oil, 3 tablespoons, and I have lemon juice, 1 tablespoon, and 1 egg yolk for the decoration on the top. And I have some juniper berries here, which in Polish is owoce łowca. And I can crush some of those and also put it on the top and decorate it if anyone likes it. So the first thing I'm going to do is transfer my herring into a bowl where I can soak these, because these came from a brine, so they're usually a little bit more saltier than your a la matière in oil. And I will then try them, make sure that they are not too salty, and if they are, then continue soaking them. And I have tried those herrings and they are not too salty, so probably like half an hour should be fine for these. And I have about 450 mLs of the buttermilk, if I didn't mention it, and just mix it around a little bit. And this has some acidity to it. As you know, buttermilk has some acidity to it, and it will also make these a little bit more tender. So I'll set these aside for about 30 minutes. So the next thing I'm gonna do while we have our herring soaking in the buttermilk is I'm going to cut up the red onion. I'm going to chop it as thin as possible. So and my onion is chopped, so I'll place it back in the small bowl. And next I will cut up my pickles, and they have the skins on. That's fine. I'm not gonna remove mine. I will just make sure that it's sliced very thinly, like for the regular Tatar. 2 little cubes, and then you can just chop it up. pickled cucumber is also cubed. Next, I'm gonna do the mushrooms. Cut them into small pieces, chop them. I think the best ones to use are the real mushrooms that are marinated in vinegar, and those would be your forest mushrooms. But these are good as well. And the mushrooms are chopped up as well. So the next one is my apple. And I have left the peel on it, so I'm not going to remove that. You can cut it up with the peel, but you can also remove it if you'd like. And cut the apple into small pieces or chop it up. The apple has been chopped as well. The next thing I'm going to do is combine the ingredients for my sauce, and that is the French mustard. If you don't like the whole seeds in it, you can also substitute for another mustard. Something like Sedepska is probably a good one. I'm gonna put in the honey. Lemon juice, and I'm going to mix this well. And this mix is pretty quick. Besides the oil, that may take a little bit longer. This is something like your vinaigrette type of a thing for your Tatar. So the next thing is I'm gonna try the herring. I just want to make sure that my herring is now good. So I'm gonna taste it now, make sure that it doesn't have that excess salt. I'm just gonna cut a little piece of it and try it. And they taste perfectly fine to me. But if too salty for you, you can still continue to soak them as long as it takes. Maybe another 30 minutes. So now I will remove all the herring from the buttermilk, and I'm gonna dry these in paper towel. So do not put them in the water. Just kind of pat dry it, and they will be perfectly fine. They're not gonna smell like buttermilk or taste like buttermilk. You want to take paper towel and dry them off. And once you dry them, set them on a little plate. And now we're going to cut them. And I cut them into little pieces. I don't grind them or anything, just like for your Tatar steak. You kind of cut the beef and you chop it. So this is the same way. First cut it into small pieces. And then again into small pieces this way. And then you kind of chop them up a little bit more. And I'm gonna do the same with each one of those. And once the herring is cut up, this is a good time to place your butter, and it's softened, so it should be soft, and kind of chop it and incorporate it into the meat. That makes it really creamy and delicious. And when the herring is well chopped up, I'm going to add about half of the sauce that I made previously into it. And mix it in again. And when your tartare is ready, I just pushed mine to the back here so I don't have enough room. I have these molds, and they are about 7.5 centimeters height and 7.5 centimeters in diameter. So now we can place our tartare inside this mold. And this is my serving plate, so this is why I'm putting it in here. Now onto this, I will add the red onion. So just layer it. And now I will place some marinated mushrooms on this. The next one will be my pickled cucumber. And now my apple. And on the top, I will add some more of the herring. And I will make a little indent here for the egg yolk. And I will now remove this. And I'll add the yolk. I'm going to add pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more of my sauce. Place something green just for a decoration. In my case, this is dill. And I will also add some juniper berries. You can also add a little bit of the onion, chopped onion on the top, and the pickled cucumber, and the juniper berry. I will also crush them and put some on the top. And this is what the tartare looks like. It is very yummy. I encourage everybody to make this. So if you like this recipe, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. and thank you for watching.